Today marks 6 months from when we first took off full-time RV living. In this video, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And we're also going to share something that's been pissing us off for about 3 months now. Maybe the dumbest thing we've ever shared on YouTube, but it's the truth, and today we're going to share it with you. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes. Long story short, we sold most of our possessions in pursuit of freedom, independence, and adventure because life is too short.
Too short. And today is our 6-month anniversary when we embarked on this great RV living adventure. And so we just wanted to kind of recap the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we're also going to share an experience, something that's been really pissing us off for about 3 months now. It may be one of the dumbest things we've ever shared on YouTube since we started, but it's the truth.
We are going to talk about the highs, the awesomeness,
lows.
Yes, and the low lows. And this channel, we strive to tell it like it is.
Yep.
And
we've cried because we're high, and we've cried because we're low.
We feel like we have a responsibility to give you all of that.
What it's really like.
So we're going to start off with some of the good stuff because you can't just have all the bad stuff.
So first and foremost, the biggest things that Mercedes and I have experienced since we started RVing full-time is our relationships with God have gotten extremely strong.
This isn't a religious thing, it's more of a spiritual connection. Right. But when you look at these beautiful places, how can you believe that this was just some accident?
We drove into Yosemite for the first time just a few days ago. We just released a video on it. And Mercedes and I both were brought to tears by the grandeur. And Mercedes looks at me and she says, "How can anybody be an atheist?" And my response to her was, "I don't have enough faith to be an atheist."
One of the biggest benefits of full-time RV living is that one-on-one time and getting close to your creator.
Yep.
But the flip side of that, that is kind of a negative, is that you can miss your family like crazy.
Yeah, I miss my kids horrible, my 3 older children. I don't think there's ever been a time since they were born that I've gone this long without seeing them. And they all have lives now. They all work. So that is the piece that's hardest for me, is I just miss my 3 older children horrible.
Yeah, and I really miss my mommy. I miss her so bad. And you assume that, oh, you'll be seeing family all the time, but not always, because if you have family on the East Coast and you're all the way on the West Coast, it's not as easy to get to see them as it would be if you just hopped on a plane. So that's something that I don't think people talk about enough, is the difficulty in missing friends and family.
Mm-hmm. The second thing we would suggest to you if you're going to consider full-time RVing, and this is a no-brainer for us guys, we really truly love our 1,000 Trails memberships. If you're going to full-time RV, the 1,000 Trails membership is a no-brainer. Even if you finance it, Elite Connections that we have, it would be about $225 per month. That's your rent. But the thing about 1,000 Trails is that they have some of the most beautiful locations. Right now, we're at Yosemite Lake's 1,000 Trails, which is literally 5 miles from the entrance of Yosemite National Park.
Being new to this lifestyle, remember, I had never been camping before deciding to sell everything in RV full-time. 1,000 Trails, having hookups, the membership has enabled me to kind of ease into the lifestyle. If I had decided to go from sticks and bricks to boondocking without having camped before,
right,
it would have been a recipe for disaster. But it's a good transition if you've lived in sticks and bricks your whole entire life.
But it's just really nice being part of a nationwide membership that allows us to pull in hookup. Some people would say we don't even camp, right?
Yeah.
We're more glampers, and we are.
But on the negative side, knowing what we know now, we have moved too fast for us.
Yep.
And everyone has a different speed at which they should move. But for us, because we work from our RV more than 40 hours a week,
yep,
to stay at a place for 1 week is not as realistic as it would be for someone else that maybe doesn't have small kids, or maybe that doesn't work so many hours from their RV. So when we only stay at a place for a couple days or a week, it feels really fast and it adds to the stress. So knowing what we know now, we would have taken advantage of the Elite membership that gives us 3 weeks at a park, and gone a lot slower. I think that would have enabled us to go see more sites.
Now this, just like anything else in RVing, is going to be different for everybody. And it's taken us 6 months to look back and realize some of the mistakes we made. Moving fast was definitely one of our biggest mistakes. So one of the things we did right was we definitely chose the right RV for us. We love our Forest River. It's big. It doesn't fit into all the places that we'd like to get. But the truth is, doing this full time, it gives us the room that we need to feel really comfortable and like this is a home. We get to move our home every 2 or 3 weeks, 1 week, whatever. We definitely picked the right RV for us.
Because for our needs, having a family, a small young child.
Washer and dryer.
Yes, washer and dryer. But not just that, it's this emotional feeling like you have a home. We couldn't feel like we were roughing it all the time. If the last 6 months had felt like roughing it all the time, it wouldn't have worked. And so that's something that I really wanted to give my daughter, that stability. Despite all the moving, there's still certain things that are stable and she can rely on.
Yeah, she knows this is her home and there's plenty of room for her and there's plenty of room for us.
But even though we got the right RV for us, we did not get it from the right place.
Yeah, Camping World was one of our biggest mistakes. If we were to do this again, we probably would have listened to the RV Wingman and gone with one of his recommended companies. You know, pick a dealership that has high integrity. Don't look so much at costs. Typically, people that have integrity and have been in business a long time know the problems that are going to pop up with these when you first buy them. There's always going to be problems.
And they price accordingly.
They price accordingly so that they know that they're going to have to take care of you, so it's priced in there. So don't buy on price. Buy from the dealer who you know is going to take care of your purchase and fix all the things that need to be fixed in a timely manner.
Absolutely. And you know, the other piece that we've talked about in greater detail in other videos is buying the extra warranty packages, the tires, the fabric protection, and
the ESPs.
Come to find out that's really a bunch of baloney in our personal opinion. It's a bunch of baloney. And actually one of the things that we did well was that we were able to cancel all of those.
We did. We dumped every single policy that we bought from Camping World, including their Good Sam's policies.
Yeah, and so we actually on Wednesday, if you're not doing anything at 7 p.m. Central Time, you should check out the RV Wingman, because not just because we're going to be on the show, but he's actually going to talk more in depth about how to cancel these policies. Because time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the less you get refunded back to you.
Yes.
The next thing that we did right was that we knew we would have to have some savings in the bank when we took off. And I am so glad that we did this, because if we had gone on this journey and just said we'll make money on the road and not had that buffer, I think we would have been in for some trouble.
Right.
Not just because unexpected things can happen, but as you go to different locations, you need different supplies for the different locations. And so that was a big one. But on the negative side, we're going to do a budget video eventually. We're thinking 1 year at this point.
And 1 year we're going to do a full budget video.
Yeah, but we have spent more than we originally budgeted.
Yes, we're about 10 to 12% over what we had originally budgeted. So there are things that are going to pop up. And again, this is different for everybody's situation. It just depends on how you're going to live your life. And we dumped down as much debt as we could, and we put a bunch of money in savings so that we knew we wouldn't have to be scared or trying to rush and make money when you're on the road. That is not a good place to be. The one thing that has pissed Mercedes and I off more than anything else over the last 3 months, and we haven't said anything, is that, you know, it was a year ago, close to this time last year in the spring, that we started watching YouTube, and we started following some of the bigger YouTube channels, same ones that probably a lot of you follow, okay? And we subscribe to them. When we make purchases for our new RV living experience that we're getting ready for, we would purchase using their links. We supported them. We love them.
I think our mistake was kind of putting them on pedestals or expecting that they would have the same love towards us or affection or open arms for us that we kind of had for them.
Right. And so when we started out our journey 6 months ago, Mercedes and I promised you guys that we would tell you the truth either way. This is something we've held on to for 3 months.
We haven't wanted to share this because we haven't wanted it to be in bad taste.
Right.
But there comes a point in time where you just have to say it. And the fact is, out of the half a dozen RV YouTubers that we've reached out to, we're not getting responses back.
Zero.
We have
nothing.
asked to collaborate. We've offered to go to where they are. He's offered to do, like, use his construction expertise to help.
And drive a couple states to help you do it.
And so we're not going to name names because that would really be stirring the pot. But it's just frustrating that we haven't been accepted or welcomed with open arms. Frankly, the only people in the RV space that have been welcoming to us, that have coached us, that have given us advice are
the RV Wingman and Chuck Woodbury from RV Travel.
Yeah, those are the only people that, I mean, in this community that when we have a question and we need help, we know they'll give us good advice. The other ones don't even reply back.
Right, we can't even get a response.
On the flip side to that, the benefit has been that, okay, fine, you don't want to be in community with us? We'll build our own community. Right. And we have the RV Odd Squad.
We can't imagine life on the road without the RV Odd Squad. You guys have been the best thing that's happened to us in our RV experience, hands down.
Yeah, because some of these comments where you're talking about how you guys are praying for us, do you know how humbling it is to know that somebody that you've never met before cares enough about you to put in a good word for you with the guy upstairs? That's incredibly humbling, and it's a responsibility. And we're here to serve you, you know? And I think that's probably what's pissing me off. Because, no, and I hate to say it, but I gotta tell the truth. There are some other channels out there that paint this RVing experience like it's all rainbows and butterflies. And I feel like if you really love someone, you tell them the truth. And I feel like to say that it's all wonderful, no regrets, you're a liar, liar, pants on fire. It's hard. No, it's hard. It's just like parenting, right? Some of the highest highs and lowest lows. Or marriage, right? It makes me so mad when people don't give you that reality and they paint it like it's wonderful. And knowing that there's so many families out there that are selling everything and packing up the kids and the dog and everything to go on this dream, and to know that number one, they're not going to get the support that they need, and number two, they're not being told all the truth. It makes me so mad.
Right. And about 2 weeks ago, we had somebody show up at the campground that we're staying in now. And this guy approached us, nice guy. We sat there, talked to him for about an hour. His kids were playing with our kids.
Yeah.
And he looked at us and he said, man, I really didn't like you guys, just like nobody did, because you grew too fast. And you didn't deserve to grow that fast. And that just blew us away. But it also proved to us what we were thinking was true. It looks like a lot of these people don't like us because we grew too fast. But the truth is we're really good, kind people. And we're always looking for ways to help other people. You know, you make your channels look so wonderful and beautiful, but respond to somebody that's been following you and supporting your family for a freaking year. Help us out a little bit.
Well, and not just that, but when somebody bothers to comment on your video, have the decency to write back.
Yeah, and not pay somebody to do it. Mm-hmm. You know, Mercedes and I are at a turning point right now with our YouTube channel. You know, we're getting to a point now where we realize we're in this alone. We're going to do this by ourselves.
We're at a point right now where one of our biggest struggles is not so much the RVing, it's the YouTubing and the technology.
Right.
So we want to grow our team in more of the technology sense so we can keep with the hands-on stuff that we love. We love joking on camera with you guys, and we love talking to you guys.
Yeah, we're literally getting to know hundreds of you guys now. We've never even met you before, but we feel this connection with you. And we can't imagine any of you ever reaching out to us in 6 months from a year from now and saying, hey, can you help me with this? I'm new to YouTube. My channel's taking off. I've never experienced this. Can you help me? I can't imagine just throwing that email in the delete bin.
We know that every single difficulty that we've experienced has turned into a benefit for us.
Yeah, it has.
And we believe that that is just in making us create the community that we crave. And we hope that you guys take our honesty in good taste. You guys are helping us so much. We invite you to check our next video where we talk about our newbie mistakes at 1 month.
At 1 month. Look at the difference. Hopefully we're doing a little bit better than we used to do.
We'll see you in the next video.